let's bring him on and talk about how tough it's been for Jeff Toobin. You know, during a lockdown where people died, lots of people died. And let's talk about how tough it is for Jeff Toobin, who, by the way, is a colossal pervert. Pee Wee Herman gets blacklisted for being in a theater doing this. Jeff Toobin gets welcomed back at CNN after doing it on a Zoom call with female colleagues. I mean,
as chief legal analyst.
Yeah, he's the chief legal analyst. Someone was telling me, as a friend of mine, they were saying, well, you know, lots of people, well, shut up. Shut up. Here's why I'm telling you to shut up. You do this when you're at work? Is this what you do at work? You're telling me the chief legal analyst is so desperate, he can't even wait to make sure that red light's off? Are you telling me this? This is not difficult technology, people. Did you read the story about the second grader who was able to skip school for like 3 weeks because he figured out how to fake out his teachers using Zoom? He's a second grader. This is like a 50-something-year-old man who's supposed to be this like legal scholar. He's on TV because he's supposedly smart. And she uses the Jay Leno line when Hugh Grant was caught with that hooker while he was engaged to someone like Liz Hurley, which is still mystifying, but whatever. It's amazing. They welcomed this guy back. This was at his job. This was when he was working at his job and he's on a Zoom call. First off, I understand the concept of a TV mullet. Do you know what this is? I talk about this quite frequently. Sometimes when you see me on Fox and I look very business, I promise you I'm either wearing like Umbros or I'm wearing some like joggers or something, okay? And I may even have my slippers on. I mean, I've seen Sean Hannity in shorts before, wearing the jacket and all that stuff. It's a TV mullet. This is how people do, okay? It's how everybody does this. So I've seen it's the TV mullet. It's business up top and total cash down below. It's how it is. Super casual. So it's not, it's not a big deal. The TV mullet always includes pants. You don't need to pray, Kane. The TV mullet always includes pants. Somehow, Jeffrey Toobin, someone stole his britches. I don't know who, but somebody did. On a Zoom call. Now, my favorite thing about this interview, which was awful and I hated all of it except for one part. And the one part that I didn't hate was the hero in the background. Now, if you're watching the simulcast of the program, then you'll see it because we'll have it up there for you. I've tweeted it out. I tweeted it out yesterday. There's a guy who is in the back of the shot. It's one of those like shots in studio and then they have the plexiglass behind and then they like to give the sense that here's our editorial room, hard at work. And there's some dude in the back on his computer and he's looking at the interview taking place before him like, what the heck? He is America. That gentleman in the background is America. That is America's expression right now. That's the best thing about the shot. You can't write that. That's hysterical. But what was the boardroom meeting like? So you got Zuck in there, Jeff Zucker, and you got the rest of them. And they're like, well, we're going to bring back Jeffrey Toobin. Oh, we are? We are? Okay. And let's get a woman to question him. I wonder, did she get to say no? I mean, now again, I have no reason to like this woman. She allowed guest after guest to refer to me as a murderer on her program. And then when I called her out for it, she indignantly invited me on and then tried to say that I lied, except there were so many receipts. Do you know why there were receipts? Because it was her show and she had these people on that did that. And there's a thing called YouTube that saves all the video of it. Now, even with this, I would not wish, well, maybe on some I would. I would not wish having to interview Jeffrey Toobin on my worst enemy. And can you imagine everything that's going on right now? G7, China, the lab leak, everything else. And they spent 10 minutes on a guy who got in trouble for yanking the crank.